Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today I will be reviewing Sump Coffee out of Nashville, Tennessee. I am currently outside of their location at City Boulevard, and I will be trying their Bankp Gotitit washed Ethiopia. And if I seem to be in a good mood, I am. I love Nashville, one of my favorite cities in the entire world. Super excited about everything coffee related to come from Nashville. So let's go ahead and give this one a quick shot. It's only 92 degrees outside, so it's not bad relative to a lot of what I've been dealing with. All right, let's talk about Sump. They've been around since 2011, at least from what I saw on their bags. I don't know how long this coffee shop has actually been open. Last time I was in Nashville, I didn't go. I don't know if I hadn't heard of them yet, if they hadn't been recommended by anybody, but now they're overspread articles. Their shop's one of the top rated shops in the city. Like, there's so much hype. I've been able to find their coffee in many of the other cities I've been traveling to in the South. Seems like they're getting themselves a foothold for the Nashville coffee scene. All right. So, as mentioned, this is washed Ethiopia. Let's talk about the shop a little bit. Very nice shop. I'll include some video footage of the shop. Nice on the outside, got those windows I always talk about. Every coffee they offer is a pour-over option. They use a pour-over machine. And this was the barista suggestion. They also suggested a natural Guatemala, which was their second choice. I had to go with the first choice, even if the natural Guatemala was what I was in the mood for. Actually, I was in the mood for their Costa Rica. Their Las Lajas sounded amazing. It's a tremendous coffee selection there. I'm really impressed. It seems like a very nice shop. A little quiet. I wouldn't say it's my favorite shop I've ever been to, but it's still, we're kind of on the outskirts of the western part of Nashville, but it's still a neat little area. It's right outside of a hospital. There's some construction going on in the background if there's a bit of noise, but overall it's a great shop, I would say. Now, their coffee is a tiny bit hot, so I'm going to try to talk maybe very briefly about the Nashville coffee scene before I give a full analysis of this coffee. So, we have Sump. The other big roasters that I'm going to visit are Steadfast, Crema, and Barista Parlor. This is the only one of those four I have actually never been to before, and I've actually never tried coffee from before. So this one, I think, has either an advantage, disadvantage of, I would say advantage of not knowing what I'm going to get myself into with this. And let's talk about it. I think I'm ready to kind of discuss this. Very lime tea sort of thing. Is that really a thing? Can you really squeeze lime into some tea? Regardless, a lot of citrus, a lot of tea. I mean, they're very, very forward. It's not bad. I think, I guess that would be what you would expect from a coffee like this, of this washed Ethiopia. I'm getting a bit of green apple though, a little bit of green apple citrus. I don't know how much that was mentioned. It's a very kind of green coffee altogether. I like it. It comes off as maybe a little citric for me, a little high on the citrus. I do wonder how much this thing's going to change as it cools down though. I've never been a big fan of the green apple citrus that comes in some coffees, so it's usually not my favorite. Maybe just a tiny bit of florals as well. So I'm kind of torn. I'll be honest, I'm kind of torn. The coffee shop is really cool. The offerings are great. And I wonder if maybe I had gone with something else I was more interested in, if I would have been a bigger fan of their coffee selection. This Gotitit is kind of, it's not my personal preference. So while I'm a big fan of what the shop does, I will put the shop actually, I think my experience with the shop is one of the best I've actually had in Nashville, which is saying a lot. So I'm going to give the shop a highly recommend itself. This Bankp Gotitit in general though, it's just, there's no knock on it. There's nothing wrong with it. It seems like it's well done. Just not my cup of coffee. So this one's not a recommend for me, but who knows, if you're into the green, if you're into the citrus, if you like the lime, the tea, and the apple, that's what you're in the mood for. I mean, it's good to have on the shelf. but for me, it's not a recommend, unfortunately. But again, I will not sing enough praises about Sump. They're great. So this has been a review of Sump.